Who's my subscriber? Hello, Cricket. Myron Schutz, good mom. Tease, tease, tease. Hello, Fez. Missed you. Even with the concert pictures, which actually turned out really good for a phone. That would be like totally awesome when we were kids. Ah, okay. I gotta turn, I've got to turn this down and remember to turn it back up because a friend of mine came in last night and I didn't know he was there. And I think he even texted me after he walked in. Of course, I didn't look at my phone all night long. I didn't think I need to. Everything I needed was there. So I have to go apologize later. I know we missed you too, Fez, but I have someone who doesn't just keep me in their eye alone. Drugs, drugs. Half an hour ago, I was like, forget it. I don't want to do it. I don't care. We're all going to hell. We have tail. Bird, what are you doing? She's mad at us a little bit. Well, actually, I have to be nice to her because she got her back leg shaved to find a blood pressure. It's fine. And she got a shot, which I swear to God, we must have heard her howling in the back because she doesn't like people. And of course, oh my God, she needs to be brushed to that. I haven't focused on anything but getting dressed, going to the chiropractor, which took 45 minutes when usually I'm a 15-minute in and out. I will be here for the rest of the week. I can't be mean to her. She's gone through so much. Pretty. She's like, yeah, and I know you. I'm trying to clear you a spot. I have my leg up on a stool. My chiropractor wasn't amused yesterday when I was trying to be, she called it independent, because we took the girls to the vet together. I was trying to carry Abby's carrier out and walked out the door, turned left to go down the path there and sort of stumbled. And in the stumble, aggravated a muscle in my knee. And of course, since I didn't know, I went to club without it being wrapped or anything. And I didn't get it. I only got up. Oh no. My back was killing me because I can't do ab work with a pinched nerve in my leg. I'm trying to do standing, but I'm so used to doing full. So my back was killing me by the end of the night last night. And so I got up and sort of like did this at the podium because they close off that whole area. So just sort of, and Papa Cat was playing songs I liked. So I'm sitting there, which probably didn't help. Hi, Mom. Did I miss anything exciting? Hello to all and sundry. Cricket's or Fez is back. Cricket's here today. You can tell I have brothers. You can tell my dad's young. Get out of here, top chat. We've had enough of your exclusionary poo. Let me check. No, I'm on live. Okay. I think it's starting to be a habit now. Habit. I forgot to get the name of the book for you. Sorry. Hi, Mandy. How are you today? Love, Moose, film. Had a lot of fun, but glad to be home. Yeah, I know. We'll always be that way. Um, but yeah, since I got home, I had laundry and I had to socks. that I had to hang up because they're compression socks and you can't use them in a dryer. That and I brought up like sundry stuffs that belong on the third floor. Trying to figure out what stool I could have here that would be the right height for my leg. Um, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Tell your cat happy birthday. How old is your cat? 2. Oh my God, he's still a toddler. Terrible twos. Cats and people. Oh. So big giant heads here. And I was also totally like I knew I couldn't go to the org for the next 4 days. She sort of gave me that look when I was like, so no, San Francisco. And she's like, she wants me resting it and taking care of it. So, and when I'm walking around the house to use a knee brace, which I have, and ice. So what did I do to avoid that? Let's see. I played with the jewelry box. I did my uh, comb my hair correctly and put a new braid in. I um, went into the room and started hanging socks. Uh, then I started putting together my purses because I used 2 different ones this weekend. Um, then I'm trying to think what I still do in there. Oh, then I put away a notepad that doesn't have any notes on it. I'm surprised I didn't clean the bathroom. That's my like number one thing to do when I'm trying to avoid things. Um, Found the stool. Um, and then didn't really do much here. So yeah. Oh, and I brought up in a Daiso bag, uh, toilet paper because I keep toilet paper everywhere in this house. Went looking for Hello Kitty Kleenex. We have to go into the box from China. So the last box I got, or carton I got, took 5 or 6 years to go through, and now Papa Cat's used to it. So we have one more box. It'll probably take us 5 or 6 years. They don't make it anymore. Oops, I got the mail in here. Oop. And I can't run and come back. I got a sunshade for the phone. It finally came in. It took forever. So now when I'm outside, I should be able to see. I'm not sure which one I got it for, but it's to shade it from the light. So I think it's probably the one on my arm it's for. Hiromi is my gal. Oh, honey, you haven't seen that? And those are her cat's bows. I've got a problem. Oh, and that one, it's a Kimura Lee. It was part of my wedding trousseau. So, yes, dear. And Papa Cat is my Choco Cat. So, he has a big Choco Cat. I found him. Actually, I think we were together and I said he had to buy it. So, hi, KA. How are you? You're actually the reason I even came on today because I was just like, I can't I can't drive again for another. Well, I'm driving tomorrow. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I am driving tomorrow, and it's going to be basically if I like it or not. I'll see if I can put a foam pad or something because I want to go see my cousin. I haven't seen her in 2 months. So we're going to go have lunch tomorrow. Um, and where we eat at, it'll be comfortable enough for my leg. And I can always put my leg up. So I won't be here tomorrow. I've promised before when I went to lunch with her, but I know better now. We actually will meet like around 11:30 or 12 and we will hang out till like 4:30 and barely have like scratch. That's why it's like her and I started to be closer when her sister died. So we're trying to take advantage of it at the same time, have our own lives. Go figure. So yeah, tomorrow I won't be here, but I will be here on. Yep. Yep, Andy, it's life. I'll be here on Thursday and Friday, and I'll be and if Carrie Ann or Cricket will remember to text me, I will be watching Wheel. That's why I'm not doing anything later on either. Please. Oh. You got COVID, Mandy? Measles, COVID, polio. Who cares, right? Um, but yeah. So what didn't I do? I still haven't updated. Look at my new statue. That's what I was gonna do when I came up. Hi, Heather Mack. How are you? So yeah, it's just something for me to pet. Can't get used to it 'cause I'm gonna pet it when I have it on, and you guys will all be like, "Wow!" So, oh, and I'm thinking of delving into flying. I went to the bad Amazon again, and these were on sale for noise canceling. But the biggest thing people were complaining about is they were for too big for their heads. I have a big head. It would be nice to have a pair of cup headphones that don't hurt. The last pair I have were Bose, and basically the covers rotted on them. So I was very excited to get these. Didn't even ask Papa Cat just he came home and I said they're for big heads, and he understands because he knows. That's why I've always had ones that hang on my ears. Um, weirdly enough, though, I grew up with a pair of Sony headphones. Um, probably the first, second gen of consumer ones, and my parents put a 10-foot speaker cord on it. That way, I could go do after dinner stuff and not have to worry. My parents, I'd have no excuse. Of course, my dad just told me, I think last year, that I used to sing. He said it made them smile because I've been sitting there doing the dishes and singing whatever song. I didn't know. I thought that was so funny. I go, "You didn't like half that music." They were like, "You were singing and you were happy." I know those headphones will cost $500 after midnight. I know, that's why I got them yesterday. I might ask Papa Cat if we can go to Daiso before it closes tonight. I wanted to go there so bad because we don't know how much Daiso will cost tomorrow. I'm sure they're gonna say, we have huge warehouses and stuff. This came from Columbus, I think. So Amazon will still have their warehouses, but once they run out, so that's why I'm figuring everybody's going to take the tact of we still have stock. So hopefully the stock we have, because there's a lot of there are a lot of boats. They're not boats. I think over 50 feet is a ship, or is it 100 feet? Toasty Dad. Um, there were a lot of cargo ships in the port because we have the Port of Oakland, which is what the fourth largest in the country. I think it's Florida, LA, or San Diego, and then us. Um, and so we're a super tanker port too. So we can actually take four super tankers at the same time. So yeah, the first time he was talking about tariffs, we had like 12 ships out in the bay. It was hilarious. I haven't been there during the day, so I don't know how many we've had, if they are taking it seriously or not. So, okay, hugs to you too, Mandy. And yes, I will. I know it's important, especially when you've got the sugar disease. Where's his joke for the pink mic? I don't think he's had a joke for the pink mic. Cough drops and coffee do not go together. Ew. Oh, Andy, small head. She understands in the opposite direction. Yes. Which is the funniest thing because from here to here wraparound, it's small. But from here to here, it's large. That's why I make fun of Adam's big giant head because I am of the big giant head world, and my brother is of the big giant head world, which when So I Marry an Axe Murderer was way too much fun in my world. If I don't employ some restraint, it might be tsunami of inappropriateness. No, remember to be idiosyncratic knowledge. I didn't explain it well today because I told uh my chiropractor, I'm like, I learned a new word, a phrase yesterday. I said new word. She's like, what? I said idiosyncratic knowledge, and she just gave me the same look that I sort of like, huh? And I go, uh, when you know a lot of one thing, it makes you feel be smart. At that point, you can tell she's like, okay, sure. Hey, if we're going back to the 70s, maybe we'll get some good music out of it. It was the 80s. Boogie Oogie Oogie. Well, if you guys look at the thumbnail, that is from right to left. My dad's best friend at the time, my dad, my mom, and my uncle, the one I talk about all the time. I don't know what they were doing, but they sure as hell weren't sober. I would say that was probably 74 or 75. So, um, no, I was looking around. I've got to have some kind of question cards around here. So, because I'm a little bit stressed out about making the world interesting while I have to sit here on my leg, um, I think I have to be here. Well, I'm always here on Mondays. So, or maybe go somewhere else and do it from the car. No, I can't drive. Oh, I wish this was, I just thought about it. I wish this was portable because I could go to the waterfront and do it from there, but it's wind. It's across from the port. It's in the estuary. Yes, we have a bay. We have a bay. You come in from the ocean, you go to the bay, and then you go into the estuary. And then we found out the estuary was basically, or no, Alameda was not always an island. They made it that way. I guess the Clorox guys didn't want to live with the riffraff. Excuse me. Let's all chant. Ah, um, yeah, Alameda was dug out. So I think it was for the boating people because we have two yacht clubs in Alameda, and all of the people who had all of the companies started in Oakland, which is Clorox. There's another famous one. I can't remember the name of it. Camp. Another one. No, no, I'm thinking financial. Can't remember. Del Monte, Ghirardelli. I think Ghirardelli lived in San Francisco. But they had houses over here on what's called the Gold Coast. One of these days, it's like um Friday, I should make like Papa Cat drop me off there because I could walk or I can even sit. It's Gold Coast, it doesn't matter, and show you guys all the beautiful like realistic mansions from the early 10s and 20s, 1910s and 20s. They're beautiful. So it's like something because I pretty much have to. We'll see if we can go on Friday or Saturday and Sunday if I can handle being in the passenger seat. That's probably why I didn't notice my leg hurt so much too, is that I was not driving, I was in the passenger seat. So it didn't put pressure on that nerve. But we fixed something else while I was there. So she's the one who found my knee slightly sprained and because she's pushing parts and I'm squeaking, right? And then she did one of the things and it helped. So we only have to deal with the regular pinched nerve that got aggravated instead of the sprain that or the strain that got put back. This is the advantage of chiropractors. They know what to do. They know how to put things back. And they also know when it's like, no, 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 you need to do this. So my MD takes her with a grain of salt because she's gotten rid of my back problems. So let's see. You can hear stuff out of your closet and tell us stories. I had thought about that, just my purse collection. Um, because I went up with what I made, so my purses totally reflect that. Um, but I don't know what's left because I've already gone through all of the I called them Mervyn's purses, J.C. Penney purses. Um, and we're working through the Macy's purses. Because I would just put them in a big, like handle bag and then pass them around. Like I said, my hairdresser has the only regret I've ever had, and boy, does she wear that. The Kate Spade fluffy. Oh, it was really cool, but she loves that one. But yeah, they passed them around, and everybody would eventually get one of the purses. And one time when I was talking about them, somebody went, "Oh no, 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 no! You want her to go through her purses because, as usual, she was like, no, 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 I don't need a purse, da da da." And somebody else was like, "Mm-mm, mm." Because when you'll be the first, and then you have to pass it around. You want to get in her purses. It was really cute. Hi, CBF mods in chat, taking a break from making elbows up bracelets to hang with some friends. What does elbows up mean? Ow, I shouldn't do that. Ooh, no bouncing. I took motion before I started. And you push on the part that hurts because it blocks the pain receptors, so you think you're making yourself better, but all you're doing is blocking the pain receptor. This was the um, lecture I got for my lower leg. So, like I said, I was with her for almost a whole hour. So, usually in 15 minutes. See, Cricket says hi. Adam says, I'm making hands up bracelets for Club Med. You're going to hell, Adam. You know that. Of course, we'll all be there. How are you with computer programming stuff? Scooter Mom asks. I'm a disaster with computers, not my jam or experience. What do you need? Not me, Cricket. I'm asking around for hem it up again. What you might need, Scooter Mom. Get a little bit your purses could talk, yes. Yeah, that would be the sisterhood of the traveling purses. Oh, you should see well, two-thirds, three-quarters of my friends would love when I came with the handle bag. There are just a couple of them are just like, I don't want one of your purses. One of these people was one who wound up with a Black Lady Dior that she bought herself, and she ground that puppy into the ground. Last time I saw it, I almost said something. I was like, wasn't meant for you to take it to school, dear. That's what it looked like. And I'm thinking, that purse cost 2000 when you bought it. That's why I don't have one of those. Well, I do, but it's a dupe. Is it a Lady Dior? I think it's a long Lady Dior. It's a dupe. I got some dupes. So, elbows up refers to an old Canadian hockey player's stance when somebody's on the opposing team would come at him. Ah, okay. Because yeah, I see it everywhere. I saw it in some of the signs. The signs from the rally and the march were awesome. I guilted somebody. She said she went after brunch on Saturday because she went to brunch. Because I went, why would you go to brunch and not go to the rally? Because she was very gung ho about it, and it shut down the room for a little while. And then she said she went after brunch, and I was like, good, I go because nothing's more important than what's going on right now. Because she's with me on this. So, but the one rumor that's roaming around right now is the 420, not the pot, the martial law. She was telling me about it. I told her I laughed at a friend of mine who said it. I did too. I laughed out loud and went, "Oh no!" But it's like, ooh, that's people are thinking it for real. Hi, Delph. How are you? Hammy is looking for a group of people with programming and probably web designing experience. Ah, okay. That's another level. So you should definitely say programming and web design, not just programming, because people call everything programming. So with experience. So probably people who know how to use a GoDaddy page to make it not look like a GoDaddy page, stuff like that. That's a little bit higher level. So yeah, when you ask like that. Um, Everybody's saying hi to Frog. I call him Doof. Hey, he's the one I got in trouble last time with Elvis. So it was like I was thinking in my head when that happened. I was like, hey, no, me and my superficial things. I'm so shallow. Yay. So no, by tomorrow, hopefully, I'll either have either have that on that or I'll have this hooked up finally. Like I said, we'll do a test. It'll be 10 minutes. Last time when Carrie Ann did her test for her microphone, we all immediately like jumped on her. It was like, I'm testing. And in case anybody hears anything from the outside, but I know this one's a great noise counselor, I opened the window to the craft room and opened the window to the, or opened the door to the balcony on the third floor because I just needed some fresh freaking air. Because I got caught by watching all of my um, political crap first. Who did I start watching this morning? God, I may not even watched anybody this morning. Yeah. Oh, I must have gotten, well, because I've been slightly nervous. So when thank you, Scooter Mom. Um, you were talking about passing last night. Okay. Yeah, it could have been just a thrown out there because, like I said, that's a little bit more detailed. Um, I don't do programming. I definitely don't do web design. But if I have to stay on my leg all the time, and the next time Papa Cat wants to come work in his office, I think I'll just come up here with him. The only thing better than noise cancellation is bucket cats. So last night I'm done about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half before Papa Cat. So I'm sitting there at the podium with I brought the 12, the little Go Surface, which is great. Actually didn't even crash battery drain, but I have the Beast battery with me. Um, and so at that point I was like, I need to have something to keep me busy, even though it was sort of like old home night. I swear to God, I missed the goddaughter's mom so much last night because the music was so from when we used to dance on bars. So that was keeping me occupied, but I wanted to do something. I'm like, I don't need to buy anything because you can sit there and just scroll for ages. Um, what do I need to do? I'm gonna go look up all the signs. So I went to look up all the signs. They made me laugh. It actually helped a lot. Uh, one of my favorites was someone who had like I guess a 3 foot hoop and had a piece of fabric and embroidered. It said, um, was it Trump has made me so angry that I needed to stab something 1,000 times. And it was like, that was so cool. I do want my F Trump made. I could probably show you on here if it's on here. Um, I just saw it on my computer too. Let's see. I was trying to tell Papa Cat about it, and I wonder what I got that for. That's the Black Panther series symbol. Like I would love to get that as a tattoo, but then I would have to explain to people why white girl has a Black Panther tattoo. I was explaining it the other day, and they were like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yes. Before the CIA turned them all into drug addicts, they actually did community service." So I don't think so. This will be back years. So yeah, no, I have in very beautiful um flower, like little flowers, daisies type things that said F Trump on it. And it's beautiful. While I was looking for signs yesterday, even introverts are out. Free Fred Hampton. Who's Fred Hampton? Oh, wait, this isn't on. Yep. See, I read directions. I read instructions. One of the things I was known as a kid is that my dad told me I always had to read the instructions, so I read the rules to Monopoly. Don't let a 9-year-old kid read the rules to Monopoly. You'll never have fun again. So I've got all the information out. Come on. I know you're in there. What? Oh, it is. Okay. What was I saying? I don't remember. I'm getting better about that. If I don't remember anymore, because I started it yesterday, I just sort of like zone out and let it go because it's not Alzheimer's. It's not even beginning of Alzheimer's. It is probably just something that happens naturally and it just happens slightly more in me. What happened was, oh, no, I only know the obvious ones because I used to see them. So Huey and oh God. Well, nobody really paid attention to anybody but Huey. He's very light skinned. Um, God, the dudes, because I live down the street from a uh Panther housing, which housed um mothers and children. So there were like 6 or 7 apartments in a like a 3-story, and it had women and children, or not even unwed, mothers without fathers. So the kids used to go to our school, and we'd see them when they drive by or when they came over, and we're just kids. We don't know who these people are. But yeah, that's why I have a soft spot for, because I knew that they were all freaking Ivy League freaking protesters. Yeah, you know what they could have done with the world? Ugh. Yeah, I don't remember. What was I looking for? Oh, Fred Hampton. Of course, this is going to take me down some really weird rabbit hole. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have recognized, I wouldn't have probably looked at him. He looked a little too dumpy. I mean, let's face it, a lot of the Panthers are really pretty. He was assassinated. Wow. Yeah, I also didn't know about Chicago. I didn't really study them. I knew about the ones that were here. Putin wants Baltic. Duh. Sorry. I do that to BFF occasionally. She sends me something. I'm like, duh. And then I get the, hun, I didn't know that. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, but okay, he's the one who's, okay, now I know. He was the one assassinated by the FBI. Okay. Yeah, no, he graduated from Harvard or Princeton. They were Ivy League guys who wanted to do, the American dream, which was come in and bring their people up. It was amazing. And like I said, they did. That wasn't the only housing apartment building. There were more. It was like it's one of the few conspiracies I believe is that the CIA put him on heroin. So, well, E1, should I start over and settle in? Huh? Hello. Hello, does it matter? It's like you should. Oh, you do have her as your thumbnail, don't you? I saw it on the bigger television. So, hello, you. I just don't think Rip Guy fits to me. When I find a nickname, I'll give it to you. Sort of like No Face is Sean. Everybody's saying hi. Cuffs. Ah, cuffs. Fuzz. Everybody's saying hi. So yeah, no, the Panthers, it's like the thing I was talking about yesterday, the print that one of the people that is a friend of mine is selling at the fair, that there's only 2 prints in the country. It was made for 2 separate protests, I guess. One is maybe in Chicago, and pretty much I want it so I can give it to the Panther Museum in Oakland. That's where it needs to go. So maybe I'll save up for it. He's not selling it for cheap because he knows it's important. So, and nobody else. of course, follow through with it. So I figured if I get it, I'll scan it and then I'll give it to the Panther Museum. So, um, for my personal use only. So, an Eldridge Cleaver became Mormon. Oh, yeah. See, it's like these were not uneducated men. It's like, here, have some education, and then we're going to want you to act like, those N words that we've stereotyped you into. It doesn't make any sense. Wasn't the point to get people to stand up and bring their communities together? No, that was bull. Yeah. My favorite sign, Foxtrot Delta Tango. I'm thinking I want Foxtrot Delta Golf. I know, and I can't even invite you, Heather, because I was like, I should see Heather and see if she'll come this week. Nope, not until next week at the earliest. I'm stuck in a chair. I aggravated and had an additional mess on my leg, so the additional mess has been cleared up for the moment, but I still have to stay off my leg now. So no more driving. I drove once. It does work though to make Papa Cat come with me to lunch for my dad. So my dad loves Papa Cat, of course. And I always tease him, or I used to tease him a lot more that he wanted a son, not a daughter, until I found out that his dad was telling him he should have had a son, and then I stopped. Cleaver also campaigned for Reagan. Not surprised. Um, Not surprised to running on the opposite side of what you truly believed in and having your heart broken. I know, it is disappointing. Well, it's better than winding up on the street in heroin and looking like a concentration camp victim, which is what Huey looked like, as certain people around here reveled in the fact that he fell and fell hard. Cruelty is really ugly in this world, and I got to see it, and just by the news, not by people talking about it. You can take something like that around a kid. Um, but you'd see it in the news because the news loved showing it. So, I think the reason I even found out because I asked my mom or something about what was the apartment building up the street because we moved when I was 10. And she said it was a Panther house. And I'm like, the Black Panthers were there? And she's like, no. My mom respected them until they all got into drugs. Never told her what really happened because we were never in a place where I wanted to talk about it. Um, so she never got to hear most of it, but I know, knowing her, she probably knew and just didn't say anything. CBF, thanks. It felt good to stream again. It might have been a cluster pack, but it felt good. I needed it. Yay, I'm glad. And like I said, rib dog, cattle dog. No, cow dog, but she's not. Um, Pointy nose puppy. She looks like she's enjoying herself, even at her age and her condition. Wow, she looked like she was really having fun. It was neat. Like I said, now I just gotta brush her. I can do it. I saw literally 2 minutes rib guy. I was on my way out the door. You saw it though, Dove. Good. Yay. Yeah, he came and met us. He couldn't find us because we kept moving. We didn't know it was going to be like a march. Thought it was just a rally. They all turned into marches. And yeah, one of the stories is that New York only had 44 cops because they didn't expect that many people. So we didn't see a cop. We didn't even see a cop car the whole time we were in Alameda, and they have time for that. Um, the only thing that happened was that somebody cut somebody. I don't know where though, because I guess I was supposed to know this. A friend of mine walked up at me and started telling me a story. Is that somebody cut somebody, but there was a reason. I think he got punched in the face first before he whipped out a knife. So it was like, it's the only thing I've heard. It was totally nonviolent. And it being a bunch of old people, it'll keep the thugs from showing up too. Because, of course, they want to do it again this weekend. I think it'd be fun. Rib Dog tried to redirect Dad to the park instead. Did she get ya? Are you kidding? It's like if the Highnesses sit on our laps, we're history. So that's what it was on Saturday. I was completely dressed. I'm like, okay, I'm raring to go. Stick my head in the office, and Papa Cat's like, oh, okay, okay. Still in his robe. And he gets dressed and he goes, supermodel. I'm like, I try not to, but I can't do a live stream standing up because she's usually on the chair. I've actually had to take her off the chair. Um, and that's why she's wound up in the box. She was already in the box. She left. So we aren't going to see it for the rest of the day. Memories tomorrow. Yeah. Make her look all shiny and pretty. I just have a brush fetish. I brushed every single one of my animals like crazy, which came in handy, except that Abby didn't get brushed the day before we went to the vet yesterday. So she was nothing but a. It's like, and her doctor loved her. What do you get when you have a um, double coated orange tabby girl with a kitten face? She was just in love with her. And I'm like, yeah, and she's mine. The supermodel is his. Ah. No, no, no. CBF says foot is so hurt, but yet she was standing around. Yes, Saturday and Sunday. Monday was great in the morning. I thought I was going to do wonders. I was like, wow, maybe the walking was what I was supposed to do. And then I wind up stumbling yesterday at 5. So it's like we're back to where we started from. So I've got to be good to it for a good 4 or 5 days. Um, I know that. I'm very good about that. I just am tired of sitting around. That's why I figured I'm going to sit around in the craft room so I can at least have the big computers and everything else, and maybe start uh, finding unused journals or journals that I barely use to start writing my life for the goddaughter. So, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave in a will. I'm going to put, and in all my journals is my life. Good luck. I'm not numbering them. She always wants to know. And at her age when she was like, they live in Nevada. She came out to here to go to Academy of Art. Her mom told asked to take care of her, so we did. So she was at our house a lot, and um, she couldn't drink because she had just had a rhinoplasty, I think, because her nose got messed up when she was a kid, so she had to wait till she was 18. So she couldn't drink the whole year she was here. Did twice, but most of the time it was like, they're having a big party, can we come over? Or can I come over? It's like, yeah. So we spent a ton of time together. And she was just like, I want to hear about everything. And I'm like, I'm not telling an 18-year-old girl what I did with my life. Talk about the ultimate carrot. But she's getting the inside of the house when we die. Her son gets the outside of the house. Um, Not sure what her daughter gets now. Now or she had to have one more kid, huh? Um, so I figured there'll be things like that to leave around the house. My mother should have did it, but of course, my mom was in the world of I'm never going to die. I'm just going to cough myself for 40 years. I know better, especially with the people I hang out with. Someone might hit me with a, jet engine or something. We literally had a jet engine warm aloft for New Year's Eve in Oakland, where we were having a big party once. I had to make sure nobody sat on the jet engine. Hey, they have flamethrowers at Burning Man. See, I think Voke de Atslan was a Cali thing. Okay. Rib Dog tried to redirect Dad. Yep. No, no, no. Miss, there are boy pups at the park. Yeah, I'm working out till God knows when, until the former girl comes back or I get said that I'm going to do it. So no puppies. Not leaving a puppy here. So it's like I think they're I know they're actually probably cavorting in a corner together to keep me from having to get a puppy. So who knows when I'm not doing the front desk anymore, what it'll have me doing then? Guest list. They also use it as a reason to get out of the house because I do have a social anxiety disorder and I did hide behind a desk of somewhere or another at a club for the past 20 years. So I feel safe. Let's see. Yes, there's my ab. Thank you, Fuzzy. And you put up the supermodel. Uh, did you say, see, it's all running together. Hi, good vibes. Biscuit knocked my camera over last night and it stopped working. I'm hoping it's not toast, but I have my old one just in case. Toddlers. Learn to get sandbags, seriously. Um, because once they don't knock them over anymore, they don't try. What was your camera? Was it one of your old phones like mine? Weirdly enough, my old phone has a better camera on the phone than my new phone, which isn't really my new phone anymore. So it's basically I don't have to keep it anymore, but I have to now. Duh. Um, I love that idea. I think everyone should do that for a younger person. Yes. Well, we're the childless cat people. So, um, yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I see kids come into club last night because it's 18 and over. Trust me, they're very, very stormtrooper about kids drinking because there are undercover alcohol beverage control people all the time. So I could probably tell you that most of the bars in San Francisco do not let, not only not serve, but do not let underage drinking. So there are a lot of young kids, they don't have wristband. And I'm thinking, number one, I had to go to a ton of thrift stores to get that outfit. Number two, you probably didn't have to redo it. And, number three, maybe you should carry cash occasionally instead of just your card. We accept cards and stuff, but some of them wouldn't work because they've been used so much. Sitting there polishing half the cards, they have fingerprints or something on them. And I'm thinking, it would be $2 cheaper if you would have came in with cash. And last night was the first time that I got asked what the $2 was about. So at least they're thinking, and it was the kids, the youngers. And it was the kids who were thinking, $2 is a big surcharge. It was $5 at the ATM. So it's like, yeah, maybe you guys should start carrying cash. Little bitty numbers or figure out what you're going to spend the night and just take that. So, we're closing down bank accounts because we have new banking charges that we didn't have before that was lifted. So we're consolidating bank accounts, getting rid of credit cards. It's like they're all sneaking in and starting to charge us all. So before, when everything was great, it was like, oh, you can have this for free, no service charge. They snuck a service charge on my savings account about 6 months ago. So that one has to be closed. So yeah, it's just like, nope, time to pretend we're in a almost depression. So a Steve Miller theme party? What? Hi, The Journey. Needed a home in the country. What I had was a coat, a hat, and a gun. I put them on and went out of the room. That sounds like a Steve Miller song. Okay, here comes Clark again. I needed a drink. I needed a lot of life insurance. I needed a vacation. I needed a home in the country. What I had was a coat, a hat, a gun, and I put them on and went out of the room. Have a feeling this is some kind of like building exercise, isn't it? Oh, a camera for your computer. If you have an Amazon wish list, you should put it on there and tell people because computer cameras are not that expensive. Hell, you could probably even get one for between $50 and $100. So, get yourself a little, I think you can deserve to do a slight fundraiser for yourself one day. So that's a lot easier than like a GoPro. Those puppies are expensive. I got Papa Cat a GoPro right before they changed like formats. So his GoPro didn't do anything but take pictures. Plug it in, I'll do this other stuff. Hardly ever used it. So The camera is attached to my computer, and I was backstage with Hammy after her stream. And you can still get one to attach to like the top, like mine is, because mine just it's gonna take it off and show it to you. It's on the top and it comes off. So um I don't think my desktop, which is an all-in-one, has a camera built into it. Nope, it's just the camera on there. My laptops all have cameras built in. So if they died, you could probably connect a USB camera to it. So no, actually sandbags. Oh wait, if it's on the computer or if it's on the table, then yes. Um, museum putty mixed or museum wax mixed with Quake Hold, which is museum putty. Oh, that's what I've started doing, and the combination rocks. Talk about extra heavy, doesn't dry out on you. So I did by accident one day because I was trying to figure out how to put down, I think it was a lavender glass like candy dish. I didn't want the girls to knock it over, and it was new, so I know them. So one day I was just like, I wonder. So yeah, I took this and mixed it up with museum wax. Now I don't even know what my museum wax is because that stuff lasts forever because it's super holding. And I mixed the two and it was great. It was like I think it's like one third museum wax to two-thirds museum putty, quake hold, whatever they call it. So they call it quake hold here, you know why. So, and yes, I live by quake hold and Velcro. That's what the world is, made for. See, I think I need to set up a US Amazon wish list. Apparently my Canadian one isn't accessible to me so I wonder why. Oh, you could probably VPN if anybody does VPN. You could probably that's probably a little bit higher. I pay for a VPN. Cheap, but I pay for it just in case I want to look up something really weird. The other day, I can't remember what I was gonna go look up. Like dimensions of coffin sizes or something bizarre that even made me go ooh and went, ooh, that's a VPN. Because otherwise, next thing you know, you have men in black knocking on your door and having me going, you can't come in. I have an Insta 360 that was a Lee working, only working for a day at the encampment. Still haven't figured that damn thing out. Oh, time versus how long it sat on a shelf versus the time you're going to spend to fix it. There's an e-waste place around here, you know that. That's what I've been doing a lot more of lately, is going, okay, how long have I had it? How long will it take me to fix it? Will it work good? Will it die out? Do I care? Ooh, excuse me, heartburn. Ooh, that's weird. My kratom gave me heartburn. So, hello, little buddy. How are you tonight? Big sister, good evening from Cultwater. Hey, chat, Fraud, Scooter, Cricket, Journey, Adam, Fuzz, Rib, and the rest. Love y'all. He's so cute, I swear to God. Okay, yeah. Cool, Scooter Mom. Yeah, you should probably look up on Amazon for museum wax and Quake Hold because they'll do other ones and learn how to combine them. I almost broke something trying to get it off of those two. So make sure you use it on the things that are really important. I think I almost broke like a wine glass because I thought it'd be, a good idea. Let's see. Me? No. It might be sticking out because it seems to have fluffed. I hope I didn't burn it. If the sun was on it, you'd see it sparkling. I use a VPN for cryptos. I have never understood crypto. I'm never going to understand crypto, and I really need to look if I might have one Bitcoin. I might have bought one. Actually, might have been. Which one is the Fox dog? Is that Bitcoin? Because I might have one of those. Because when crypto came out, what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, it was like, it was basically like hanging out at Disney sort of thing. It was like, nobody's ever going to take this seriously. So I might have bought one. So who knows what it could be worth now. I do not Google Lindsey Graham and ladybugs without a VPN. Well, you can't do it together. You could do it on two different computers. See, that's the horrible part. So want to go over to this one and just look it up. I feel so bad. Her butt is so like ugly. Her hair is just a little separated because of the stuff they had to use for her blood pressure because they had to shave back of her leg. Closer, it seemed closer to her parts, um, to take her blood pressure, which was not fun. Um, oh, at some point I'll be using it again, just waiting for things to clear out. Oh, today you lost 5,400. I wanted to get into it, but I got totally distracted. I can't remember. It could have been Papa Cat. Who knows? I mean, because yeah, it's like something like that. I got in at the bottom, at the very bottom, because I'm sure our friends were talking about it. That's what makes me say, maybe I got one. Doing? Why don't you just come back up here and get in the box? She's like, hey, what are you doing? Which is good because yesterday she wasn't speaking to us. So, ah, yes, as we all joke, we're 30% poorer than we were. Um, yeah, and Lutnick, which the boys have started calling Nutlick. I had to pause because that's what I call him. That's what I call him from now on. I have lost 6 figures in the last little bit. It hurts. Yeah. Just have to be able to sit there and wait for it to come back. It will. It'll just take a few years if we don't wind up in anarchy. Um, Nutlick was a long bond guy. So of course he doesn't care what's happening right now. He's looking at 20 years out, even though he probably won't be alive in 20 years. So yeah, him talking about it and his fake guy that he made up. And everybody's finally talking about that Jared found him by looking him up on Amazon. You know, that Jared didn't have any experience in the market either because he was a Nepo baby. But hey, we could have weirder ways. No, we can't. No, we can't. So, yeah, 33% is what they're figuring right now. Hopefully by the end of today, it's not 40. The joke is for me and Papa Cat, we made it through 2008. We can make it through this. It's just a lot closer to the important time. With quantum computing, ease of decryption, algorithms, I would advise keeping away from cryptocurrency. I know. It's full sim swamps, scammable, just saying for a friend. Yes, I know. I probably even heard my friends talking about that. That's why I said I probably only have one. If I have one, it's one. And it's probably been heisted a long time ago on top of that. And it's probably living in somebody's Russian server farm. So, in a weird way, yeah, Crypto is Superman's road dog. Um, in a weird way, crypto is one of the worst things that's ever happened to us And it's not from all the scamming and the money and blah, blah, blah. It's the ozone because those server farms are huge and all they're doing is producing CO2. So it's probably been one of, if not the worst thing that's happened in the past 40 years for um, pollution. Are you leaving or did you just get here? No, you're leaving. Or did you just get here? Oh, you just got here. Okay, so it's going to be you now instead of Bob. You're going to be nebulous. I'll give you 5 more minutes because it's 1 hour. Not like I can do anything after that. But and I'll announce it again. I will be staying home for the rest of the week, except tomorrow I will not be live streaming. But Thursday, Friday, and probably Monday will be home because I wound up aggravating the pulled nerve by getting a slight strain on my knee. I was trying to be macho, so I picked up Abby's carrier because both of the girls went to the vet yesterday, and I felt like a wuss. Picked up the carrier and turned left and slightly stumbled, and that made my knee be angry. So I have to stay off of it now. So otherwise I'd be at the org. I was so excited. I almost brought I forgot actually to bring my photo case with me because I figured forget it. I'll just go hang out there and then, 3 o'clock I'll start in at the org or maybe I'll do it early. La 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 la. Nope. So I'm sitting here right now with my leg propped up on a stool. I have to wear a knee brace when I'm not propped up and I have to ice. So not only do I not heal fast because of type 2 now I get to mess up one thing while the other one is healing. I think the biggest problem is that I'm relying on my old healing rate because I heal like a mofo. So was 3 or 4 weeks. I should be fine by now. Nope. I proved that wrong yesterday. Got birdie here. Sorry, guys. Um, so I was getting a lot better too. That was the problem. My foot was almost completely um, had sensation. Of course, now I have it. I'm numb on left, not the whole left side, like the back quarter. So at least that was changing because the whole left side was numb by the time I went to go see the chiropractor this morning. It's up my nose. Oh, better not pay attention to it now. In my opinion, DYOR on the facts instead of mainstream stance. Mainstream. Okay. I just remembered I still have a US Amazon account. Wish list being set up now. Yay! There you go. And yes, then find Scooter Moms. What it would be under since you've changed your name now. That was a silly thing to do. Yeah, I know. And we're women and we want to be macho. Or as my chiropractor put it, independent. I was like, that's a nice way to put it. How about bratty and want to be macho? It was like, wow, the cat was carrying everything, opening the doors, doing this, doing that. And I'm just like, it's fine when I'm not well. When you do it or it's fine when I'm well, do my bidding when you're well. But when I'm not well, no, I'm going to do it all myself. Spoiled. Let's see. I am just a shadow without a doubt, lurking as per usual. Hope that you don't mind. Of course not. And it's so funny. Well, then I don't, not only is my nerve damaged, I don't get to do exercises. I can't get a workout started. Hopefully she'll believe me. She said if I'm not working out by, I think it's the 5th of May when I go see her, that she's taking me off the Wegovy and I already lost 29 pounds. So it's like, I would like to get I can still get away with it until I'm 138. Anything over that is obese, and that's how Wegovy is being paid by my medical account or medical insurance. And my doctor got to put me on it because she's been telling me to lose weight now for at least 7 years, I think. So she almost got giggly when she said she got to give me Wegovy, and I'm like, "What's Wegovy?" And she, um, I can't remember how she said about it. I think semi-glutide, blah blah blah. And then I went, "You mean like Ozempic?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I went, "Why?" And she goes, "Because you don't want insulin." I went, "I don't." Okay. That's a problem when your doctor knows who you are. I know I don't need to be macho, but it's like I feel like I feel like I'm not even contributing to myself. So it's like I did laundry last week. It took me 2 weeks total to probably put both of those loads of laundry away. Now I've got one in the washer, one in the dryer. Uh, and now Papa Cat will do it with a smile on his face because he loves to take care of me. And I'll be like, oh, uh there was a sign. It had writing, it had a hole where you could put your face in. It said, "This is my resisting bitch face." That was from the rally. Nationwide. Uh, Nothing that a small piece of Moldavite frequency couldn't heal, but I didn't mention it. Oh my God. One of these days I'm going to explode. That's all I know. Still under Scooter Mom. Okay. Scooter Mom, Amazon, wish list. Go to it. Help her get a camera that had been toddler catified and replaced. The terrible twos are for cats and dogs too. So cats are mind-boggling when they're two. The easiest way to put it, because it doesn't make any sense. So, and I might be getting a kitten soon. The kitten people have said that they're getting ready to get ready, but she did make a point is that she's always gotten her kittens under adverse situations. Um, they're the bottle feeders. They're the can go wake up every 2 hours. They have had kittens put on their doorstep, which Birdie was one of those. Um, so they just have to put the feelers out that they're ready for a situation. She said, "I told everybody." I said, "Well, everybody hasn't told everybody else." Because that's what happened with Birdie's box of kittens is that um, it was like somebody called and said, "A friend of mine has a box of kittens and don't know where the mother is and she's allergic." And my friend didn't make the impression that she had kittens. I don't think they were kittens there then either. So the next thing she knows, the next morning, there are kittens in front of her doorstep. They got dropped off by the person on the way to work. So that person got a side eye for a little while until they fell in love with the kittens. So thank you, Fuzz, for putting up the link. That is why Papa Cat is awesome. Papa Cat is my Papa Cat. We're sitting there talking while he's with me at the front door last night, and it's just like I keep asking this year. For some reason, 23 is the one that's gotten in my head. It's like, how can it be 23 years later and we're still doing exactly the same things we did in our honeymoon phase? Actually, that's the first time I've put it correctly. Ooh, because that is. We keep doing things that we have done in the honeymoon phase, which is hang out with each other or hang out with me when I'm working the front door. And everybody who'd see him that knew us was just like, and he's like, "No, I can get up." There's an I Love Cricket t-shirt. Oh, that's the Canadian one. You rang. Oh my God. You're supposed to be at a convention or trade show. He's at Moscone. This was the thing. It was the one time I could have told him to come and meet me over at Org, and he can't because I'm home. I was told to stay off of it. Just in case you were wondering, yes, I did do something else to it. Hmm. Oh. We'll have to talk. I know we got HelloFresh, but I have a feeling there's something else. I think I still want to take advantage of that time that it's Lent at McDonald's. It's the only time their filet of fishes are really good. I have filet of fish fetish. So, anyway, guys, I'm at 111. I need to take a Tums. Ah, well, and I will see you guys tonight because people will text me and tell me that Carrie Ann's on, so I'll know. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I just turned on my ringer. See, I've been here too long now. I remember to turn on my ringer. So I will see you guys all, or I'll see half of you guys later, and I'll see the rest of you tomorrow at 2, 3, sorry, 3. What's tomorrow? Oh, Carrie Ann's tomorrow night. No, it's not. What day is this? Today's Tuesday. Okay. No, then you will not see me tonight unless I do something with old Tifa, which is very possible, and it may be done from the love seat downstairs. He's not here. That's why I don't know it's a Tuesday. He usually works from home on a Tuesday. So thank you for joining us. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the membership button, and with the rest of the money that you have, save up for after your tariffs hit. I will see you guys all later. Ciao, Bellas.